Hey guys, my name is Andrew Perlout with Renaissance Humans, and this is interview 2 of my 3-part interview series with people who have tried Prolon. So Prolon is a fasting mimicking diet that basically giving you 3 low-calorie meals per day that actually mimics the medical effect of a full water fast. So I've talked about my experience with this, and I'll put a link in the corner and in the show notes. And I've also, in interview 1, talked to Iffy, an acrobat, very physically active, what she thought of trying Prolon. And so now we're going to talk to David, who has a lot of fasting experience, is pretty healthy, and in a lot of ways is the ideal, because everyone should be fasting even if they're relatively healthy. Just as a way of doing maintenance to stave off long-term decline and long-term disease risk. Most people don't, but David's an exception. So what does he think, with experience doing a water fast, what does he think of Prolon, a water fast where he actually eats something? Is he going to like it? Is he not going to like it? So a lot of people who have fasting experience have actually told me that I'm, some kind of shill for suggesting that people try Prolon because they feel like it's just a commercial grab of this age-old healthy process. And I've given my rebuttal to that. Put a link in the corner once again. But for me, this is very cut and dried. I was suffering pretty horribly with an autoimmune disease called colitis. My intestines were basically attacking themselves. My body was attacking my intestines, rather. And my life really sucked when that was going on, and fasting helped me end that, and just got me a lot healthier and set me on a path to a lot better health in the later part of my life. So if having had that experience and knowing from working with a lot of coaching clients that a lot of them just won't do a water fast, but they might be willing to try this. And the research shows that they are willing to do this, but they're not willing to water fast. I think it's worth a shot. If you're interested in trying Prolon, there's a link and a discount code in the video notes below. So let's see what David has to say about this.
Hi, Andrew. My name is David Barbour, and I live in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So my own, as I say, my regimen now is I do time-restricted eating. I do an 8-16, 8 hours eating window, 16 rest, and I do that. My eating window is 4 a.m. to noon, and I also do a water fast 1 day a week. Sundays I water fast, and I also do a 4-day water fast once a month, and I know that's a lot of fasting. I'm kind of I'm doing this pretty aggressively, and I have done the 23andMe genetic test, and I am at risk for some things that I'm not currently manifesting symptoms for: Alzheimer's, type 2 diabetes, gout, and on and on. And I want to, I'm 64 years old, just turned 64, and I want to avoid these things. I want to have a healthy remaining life. Hi, Andrew. David Barbour here. This is my Prolon fasting mimicking diet experience report per our agreement. I did the Prolon diet last week, November 4 through 8. And then I extended the diet 3 more days, as I will explain, for a total of 8 days. It's now November 15th as I make this video, so I've been refeeding now for 4 days. So in general, I found the Prolon diet very easy compared to water fasting. I experienced very little hunger even on the first day. My energy and mood were consistently above average. I regard Prolon as sort of as precision fasting. So the fasting mimicking diet was first devised in order to improve compliance and to make the benefits of fasting available to patients who were perhaps too sick and weak to contemplate water fasting. And the Prolon diet is as painless and as close to a normal diet as possible while still being effective. I know that Walter Longo doesn't think very highly of people who cook up their own schemes, but then nevertheless I decided to extend my FMD diet an extra 3 days with my own menu, just as an experiment, just for comparison. So Dr. Longo's research showed a spike in circulating stem cells at 4 to 5 days, and this is one of the reasons why the Prolon fast is 5 days long. The other reason comes back to compliance. He didn't want the length to be too daunting, and he didn't want the increased risk of adverse reactions. But his research also found additional potential benefits at longer durations, such as improvement in autoimmune conditions. And I understand that El Nutra is considering a 7-day Prolon product. So anyway, that's why I decided to go for the 8 days. I've never water fasted longer than 4 days, but I found it very easy to do 8 days of FMD. On water fasting, I'm usually just ravenous by by the end of the fast. The last night I don't sleep very well. I'm just really obsessed with food. But with the FMD, I continued to feel very little hunger and lots of energy and good mental focus all the way to the end, and slept more than 8 hours every night. Found it very easy to sleep. So my FMD version, my 3-day FMD menu, was definitely a Volkswagen compared to Prolon's Cadillac. And mine, of course, hasn't been clinically tested. So if anybody else is listening, I don't suggest using my menu as an alternate to the Prolon FMD. I definitely enjoyed Prolon's meals more than my own aesthetically. They're really pretty tasty. I really liked, especially, I think the L drink is a real innovation, and I just think that glycerin drink is a really smart way to go. So finally, let me add that just as a footnote, that there may be benefits. My thinking is that there may be benefits to water fasting that the FMD does not capture. Science has a tendency to be a little arrogant and dismissive of folk wisdom, and there are a lot of very experienced non-medical fasters out there who really know a lot about fasting, have a lot of experience, and I don't feel comfortable just dismissing them completely, although I really value the science too. So, for example, there's something to be said for the rigor and the discipline of water fasting, some of the mental effects of a total fast may be missing in the FMD, which just focuses on certain strictly physiological measures. So water fasting is certainly a faster way of taking off weight as well. Whether that's a good thing or not, I really don't know. So thanks, Andrew, for hooking me up with Prolon. It was a really valuable experience, and I really learned a lot. And thank you. I'll continue to keep in touch. Thanks.
All right, hope you got something useful out of that. David is not your usual guy. He is the definitely more like me, more someone who's really proactive about a lot of this stuff. But I think it is a really interesting perspective for those who are curious. Like, is it really the superior option to water fasting? Is it worth doing? Is it just money grab, whatever you want to say? If you want to give it a shot and see for yourself, the buy code is in the link in the video notes, and there's a discount code there too. And I will get a cut if you decide to buy it with that code, but up to you. All right, see you guys later.